My name is Dan Furst. I'm an Aquarian activist, with all that that implies in terms of really intensive communal work at a time when our patterns of action are a lot more synarchic and egalitarian than they were hierarchic in the time before this. So my next book, Surfing Aquarius, is going to be published by Weiser Books on September 1st. And after that, I will be doing a nationwide tour that will run from early September of this year until March of next year. And the information about that will be on my website. I will communicate it by Facebook to people who are interested, and other media as well. The main thing about the book that I want to emphasize, you see, is the subtitle rather than the title itself. Because when people see the title, they think, oh, this is an astrology book, and since I'm not really very knowledgeable about astrology, this is not of interest to me. Yes, to write about the age of Aquarius and how it's happening, you have to present some of the astrology information. But the subtitle of the book is How to Ace the Wave of Change. Because the point is that we are living under very fluid, changing, and chaotic conditions. If the Chinese curse a person by saying, may you live in interesting times, well, we are doing the very best we can in maximally interesting times. So the book has chapters, therefore, on how the age of Aquarius is already transforming every area of our lives. So there's a chapter on the Aquarian economy and the quantum economy of energy. There's a chapter on the Aquarian revolution and what has just happened in Egypt, among other things. A chapter about Aquarian medicine, Aquarian families, not one family, but many different family models. Love in the time of Aquarius, to tweak Gabriel Garcia Marquez's title of how our love relationships will change. The Aquarian arts, Aquarian spirituality, and so on. So the point of it is to be a useful guidebook for how to navigate in these times the way a surfer rides a wave, being alert from moment to moment under changing and unpredictable conditions, so that we, even if we wipe out, we are still going to be alive, but we are going to be hip and knowledgeable about knowing where the currents and trends of the time are going. So yes, Serious Wonder will have a link to the book page on my site, and there will be more information there as well as the schedule. And the other thing I would say, you see, just by way of completing it, is that as a guy who does a tour visiting maybe 50 different bookstores over a few months, I see bookstores as the new churches. I see them as the spiritual centers of their communities. So I am blessed in the way that nobody else in the world is, to be able to move from one hip, enlightened, loving spiritual community to another for months at a time. People ask me, how come you don't get tired touring for 6 months? Well, with what I do, I'm traveling from one energy source to another, and I'm getting recharged all the way.